All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Talking Sports. We got a little going bad to help introduce this newest episode. We're going to talk a little bit of some Notre Dame football here with my good friend Curtis Lever. Curtis Lever, who is driving back from work. It's a little dark in his establishment, but as long as we have at least an audio, stop it.
It's a pleasure to be here,
There we
Thomas.
go. You should be good. So, Curtis, you got me, right?
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here, UWL Thomas.
Oh, always right back at you. So, Curtis, big game for Notre Dame Fighting Irish tomorrow. I cannot wait to go over to hashtag the Eagles Nest here on Campbell Road here in beautiful La Crosse. As sadly, folks, the Eagles Nest on Campbell Road is closing in February, so I got to take advantage as much as I can to go catch some football or just grab a little dinner with family or friends there. So, big game tomorrow for the Irish. So, before we start anywhere, let's talk about keys to the game tomorrow. What do you think are the keys to the success, keys to the game in order for Notre Dame to get a win? And better yet, as folks, you guys will be able to see on the Spotify when this comes out, Notre Dame all the way for Curtis. What do they have to do to overcome a very potent and very dynamic Penn State team led by Tyler Warren and Drew Aller?
Yes. So you said it. I think the key to the game, especially for the Notre Dame defense, I think the Penn State offense will be a lot more of a challenge for Notre Dame than Georgia was. Tyler Warren is the best tight end in the country, I think, undoubtedly. Drew Aller has been playing much better the past few weeks, especially since the Oregon game in the Big Ten Championship. And, of course, they got the two running backs, Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. I think those two guys behind Notre Dame's running back tandem are the best in the country.
I would agree. And your running back, what's his name? Lewis, the one you went back and forth on saying that he could be a really good running back here in the league. He looks like he's clear and ready to go. So that's huge.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love is.
Yep, there you go. So that's huge for them too. Remember, for folks that don't remember, the first round game, he pulled off a 98-yard run, and I texted Curtis right away and I was like, that's what I like to see from a running back, and he has great NFL potential too, for sure. But no, Notre Dame should be stacked, and I'm super excited for it too. And you're absolutely right. If your defense can stop Aller and Warren, two of the more bigger targets, you got to stand a real chance. But I perceive this definitely being a very close game, a very tough, gritty nail game, and it should be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. But Curtis, with any great team, it's the process of how they get there. Oh shoot, I literally just had it up. So one of the big games that stood out to me from y'all's season was a big game. A couple early on, you had a 66-7 win over Purdue early in the season, 49-7 at home win against Stanford. You shabackled Navy 51-14. So as y'all can see, y'all are very capable of scoring points, and there's no question about that. So if you were to look at your season as a whole, what would you say were some keys to success and just your overall takeaways?
I think definitely the biggest part of our offense would be the running back duo between Love and Jarian Price. Those two guys, in my opinion, are the best in the country, best tandem in the country at least. Jeremiah Love's just so dynamic. And then I think from the NIU loss, Riley Leonard's play has gotten so much better. I think he's like outside of the top 100 in just passing statistics in almost all of them. But then he came back within like the top 40 of quarterbacks. So he's been playing a lot better in the second half of the season especially. And I also think the Notre Dame defense has been locking teams down every game, giving the offense more opportunities to score points, which is a big thing. And also the special teams unit has been forcing big plays, which leads to points scored as well. So that's the three things that I've taken away.
Three keys. I love it. Simple and to the point. Very plain. And we saw that notably during bowl season too, during the playoff. With Shabuzi, where was it? You know, here's the theme that I took from y'all's first round game against Georgia. Um, Georgia had a legit shot. But then of course Carson Beck goes down with a painful elbow injury, and I think, excuse me, I might be the same one that Jordan Love has. Again, that's just a rumor from from my lens. I'm by no means an AT, an athletic trainer, any sort of doctor. That's just from my eyes. But um, take me through what you saw from the Notre Dame Georgia game. And don't get me wrong, folks. Georgia, even though the point differential might say otherwise of 13 points, I thought this was a really good contested game. Wouldn't you say so, Curtis, in the All-State Sugar Bowl?
Yeah, I would definitely say it was a close contested game. I think the difference in the game was the last minute of the first half and the first opening kickoff return of the second half.
Hmm.
I think Notre Dame scored 17 points in just
Hmm.
those just those 2 minutes, basically, and that was definitely the difference in the game because otherwise Notre Dame scored what, like 6 points besides that. Oh no, not 6 points.
They had in the second half. They had only 10 points combined. They had a
Yeah,
touchdown, third quarter, field goal in the fourth.
so 6 points. It was six
Yep,
points
yep,
then.
yep, yep.
Um,
You're right.
and then what was I gonna say? Yeah, for Georgia, I think Notre Dame controlled the line of scrimmage for most of the game. I think that's one of the keys that they needed to get done in order to win that game,
Mhm.
because they have a huge defensive front. They're very stacked on the defensive side. Probably got three top 15 picks, honestly, in the NFL
Mhm.
draft.
Mhm.
So that was the key. They needed to be more physical, and they did that. So, and they basically shut down Georgia's offense. Besides that one blown coverage play, which is
Absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
biggest reason why they were able to win.
All right, Curtis. Last thing for you here, quick, because I know you got to get going here at the top of the hour at 6. So let's quickly talk about the other side of the bracket, and then give both of our predictions for the semifinal, and then obviously who we got in the championship, winning and why. Obviously we had in the Rose Bowl. Holy Shabuzi, we had kind of a blowout, obviously. I mean, 41-21, Ohio State upsetting number one Oregon. Dylan Gabriel and the Ducks. The Duck kind of went quack there. You remember the Oregon Duck, folks. For those who don't know, the Oregon Duck really traveled around the country this year, promoting them in the Big Ten this year. Went on the Packet McAfee show. Great show, by the way. Some may agree to disagree about all the crazy shenanigans on his show, but even though I may not listen to it a lot or like daily, I'm not one of those people for his show, but I still listen to it every once in a while. Um, the Doc made a lot of appearances this year on his show, on the PMS show, but Oregon, big loss there. And then how about this game? The more interesting game in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Texas over Arizona State 39-31, double overtime in that one. So two great games in those quarterfinals leading up to Friday's game, which I will probably be able to catch just a tiny bit of at the ending because I'm going to be at the Logan versus Holman game for high school boys basketball, helping out there with music and graphics. But on the other side of the bracket, Curtis, who do you got winning this game? And kind of like what we did with Notre Dame, what do you think are the keys to this game for your winner of who you think is going to move on to the championship along with Notre Dame? Then,
Yeah, I think since the Michigan game, Ohio State has been absolutely rolling.
hmm
Um, I think that the key to winning this game would be getting the ball to their weapons right away,
yeah,
like
yep,
Jeremiah Smith. I think Will Howard's been playing a lot better of football than he had in the Michigan game too. He's been looking really solid. So I know Texas is a good team. They did just come off a loss, or not right away, but they came off a loss in the SEC championship against Georgia,
yes, you know,
who
I
was
got you, I got you. Yep.
yeah. And then they did play ASU, which was probably arguably one of the weaker teams in the college football playoff.
Mhm.
So it's hard to kind of gauge how good they are right now, but um, I would say I'm taking Ohio State in this game, and
Okay.
I would put the final score to be I think Ohio State's offense gets rolling. I think Texas offense gets rolling. I'm gonna put it at I'd say 35 to 31.
I would agree. Yeah, I think this one obviously can be a touchdown, maybe even a field goal, anywhere in that range. I don't even know the line better yet, nor even the over under yet. I might be out
I
already.
think Ohio State's about a touchdown favorite, maybe 6 points.
Touchdown favorite. That seems about right. Yeah, the line right now opening at -5, favoring Ohio State.
Oh,
So yeah, just about in that range, kind of where you were looking, Curtis. So yeah,
okay.
like you mentioned, it's going to be a very contested game, very close game. Comes down to the wire. Personally, I have Texas winning this one, favoring the Longhorns here. Um, I I believe in Quinn Ewers. I believe in their team. Ohio State's dominating recently, but literally the ESPN Football Power Index, it is so close. Literally separated by 0.2 points, roughly. 49.4% chance for Ohio State to win. 50.6% chance for Tennessee to win. Texas, that is, pardon me, folks. So nonetheless, going to be a great game. I got Texas winning this one. I think potentially by a field goal. Not game winning, but I see this being really down the wire. Cannot wait for this game. And Curtis, finally, here quick. Let's give our national championship score predictions. Obviously, you have Notre Dame winning. I have Notre Dame winning. I have Notre Dame, Texas. You have Notre Dame, Ohio State. Keys to the game in that national championship game. We'll see which one of us is right, though. But your keys, and then I'll wrap it up with my keys, and we'll call it an episode here.
All right. Yeah, I think Notre Dame definitely, if they were playing Ohio State, they would need to shut down the Ohio State explosive game, which I think they definitely could do. Notre Dame has one of the best secondaries in the country. They
No,
have
yeah,
Xavier Watts. Leonard Moore has been outstanding freshman this year for Notre Dame, cornerback. And then Adon Schuler has been playing really explosive. I think uh, if we shut down those big plays against Ohio State, they should be able to control the line of scrimmage and win that game and do what they need to do. But I think if Notre Dame gets in a shootout with Ohio State and Ohio State gets those explosive plays, then Notre Dame will not be able to keep up because
yeah.
Notre Dame's passing offense is not great. We want to run the ball, and and the team knows that's their identity. So I
Mhm.
think if Notre Dame can keep Ohio State in check, Notre Dame will win the game. But if Ohio State free reigns, they're going to win the game for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, for me, Curtis, what it comes down to is obviously the Notre Dame defense. Obviously, getting the offense going quick. Obviously that run game too, kind of like what we have with the Packers too. Like our offense, obviously, to tie in a little NFL talk just slightly. Offense obviously relies a lot around JJ, Josh Jacobs. The same thing could be said, obviously, with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Get that ground game going early, open up the passing. For the star quarterback. I think Freeman has a good matchup with whoever this could be in the national championship, either um, Texas or Ohio State. But yeah, that and then obviously some great special teams, hopefully, in there as well. So I think it will come down obviously to all three phases: offense, defense, special teams. Get the offense going quickly on the ground, open up the pass game to allow the dynamic nature of your star QB to really shine. And yeah, if their defense can stop the elusive and all around talent of Will Howard um, and Smith, Notre Dame can see themselves getting a national championship in this brand new 12 team format. Well, short and simple, folks. Just about 15 minutes worth of great content. Curtis Lever, you son of a gun, thanks for coming on very quickly here. I best be grabbing a little bit of pasta. We got pasta for dinner upstairs.
Ooh,
I know. And my mom cooks up some good pasta, I tell you what. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning into this short yet sweet episode previewing the college football playoff semifinals and national championship. Curtis Lever, thanks for hopping on. Have a blessed week, my friend. Continued success over at St. Thomas, home of the Tommies there in D3, who are rocking this football season. Good luck to your basketball team this season, too. Just to tie that in, and appreciate your time as always. We'll get you on. I'll get you on again soon. I
all right.
don't know how soon, but you'll definitely. I'll definitely make sure that you get on again sometime relatively soon. So I appreciate the
Thank you
time.
for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you
have a
for
great
having
evening
me.
now.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, I will end this. See you, Curtis. Bye bye.